Wayne's life reminds us that the strength of Wilsonville has always come from people who choose to serve over division and build bridges instead of walls. His example is especially meaningful as we reflect on the tragic violence our nation has witnessed over the last couple of years. Political assassination is an attack on democracy itself, no matter who the victim is or who carries it out. These acts are never justified. They leave families grieving, communities shaken, and most painfully, they leave our children scarred. This year alone, we've endured too much. The assassination of political activist Charlie Kirk in Utah a few days ago, the assassination of former Minnesota House Speaker Melissa Hortman and her husband in June, and other acts of political and social violence across our nation. Each of these wounds cuts deep. When children here in Wilsonville saw not only a killing unfold in real time, but also the wave of angry commentary that followed on television and social media, that is when I knew I had to speak, because silence in the face of violence sends the wrong message, and our children deserve better. No single statement can capture the full pain this violence has caused across our country. What we can do here together is recognize the underlying danger, destructive words and rising anger that can trigger more violence. When young people see violence on the news or on social media, and then hear adults respond with blame and bitterness and hatred, it sends a dangerous message. In this case, Wilsonville's children saw Mr. Kirk's assassination online before parents could even prepare them for that conversation, including me as a father. And in those same moments, social media was filled with anger and blame. But here in Wilsonville, we can and should model a better example, one of respect, patience, and listening, so our children see that dialogue can heal rather than divide. That is why I felt it was time to speak, especially after I heard that a member of the DRB was a participant of some of that speech. Words matter. They can either heal or divide, calm or inflame. And on behalf of the City Council, I want to apologize for Clark Hildman's conduct on DRB making those social media statements. It's an embarrassment to the city. We've got news reports. The city has had to issue a release, and I am extremely sorry that it embarrassed our city and our staff. And history reminds us that the call to love our neighbor and forgive, even when it's hard, remains one of the most powerful guides we have. And let me be clear, my resolve is not selective. Whether it happens in Utah, Minnesota, Oregon, or anywhere in this nation, political violence against anyone is an attack on all of us, and I mean all of us. My decision to speak tonight is not about personalities or politics. It is about our children and grandchildren and breaking the cycle of rhetoric that can lead to more violence. Here in Wilsonville, we are at our best when we choose to live the Wilsonville way, which is showing respect, working together, and listening even when we disagree. It means leading with both head and heart and putting people above politics. We've done well as a community, but moments like this remind us we can always do better, especially when it comes to being role models for the next generation. As we reflect on these tragedies, I hold close the values of love, acceptance, forgiveness, and humility. Timeless virtues not always easy to live by, but essential if we are to heal, to protect our children, and to move forward together as a community and as a nation. As your mayor, I want to make sure our community continues to model a different path, one of constructive dialogue, not destructive rhetoric. My heart goes out to every family who has suffered the pain of political or social violence. Let us keep them in our hearts and prayers, and let us honor them by recommitting ourselves to words and actions that reflect the very best of who we are. Thank you.